probably the thing I was most excited about coming out here about, to be honest with you, is barn finds. I love some of the unrestored cars you show. It's just amazing. Because those cars had to be cared for, or they at least had to be stored decent.
Right.
Because it's tough to get one back to that condition if it wasn't stored right.
This is the section of the cars that were not stored decently.
Okay. It's okay. But they're rare.
They're rare.
People found them.
They're rare no matter how beat up or blown up or crashed they were. Somebody cared enough about the car to not get rid of it.
Gotcha.
So, and this place is always crammed with people. Every time you come in the barn find section, you can hardly make cars.
Right. So we're now walking into the barn find section, which is what I really, really wanted to see. And I've run my ad at Hemmings that says dead or alive for 39 years now.
Yeah.
And I will buy a car that's absolutely dead if it's rare.
Right.
You know, anything can be restored.
Yeah.
But I think what some of these guys are doing now, they have a crazy rare car, you don't have to restore it.
No.
You just don't have to.
It's going to run and driving, preserve it. Stop the decline.
I agree.
You know, use a coating. We have stuff like bow shield, and you were talking about lasers and dry up, and you can bring a car and stabilize it.
Yes, you can get it to where it's not going backwards anymore.
Right. How about a 70 GSX Buick?
It looks like it's from Chicago.
Can you imagine seeing somebody driving this in the middle of winter in Chicago?
No.
Your head would explode.
Somebody did. That's really cool. How are you, sir?
Actually, I grew up in the back seat of it.
Did you really?
Yeah, my parents bought it brand new.
It's incredible.
One owner.
Yeah, one owner car. Yeah, driven every day. Then in 1980s, I'm one of 10 kids.
Okay.
So when it got to the 6th kid and I had to sit at the council, that's when my parents got a station wagon.
So who owns it now?
Me.
So you beat the other 9 siblings out of it?
They're all younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah. My sons and I, they helped me get it back because when I went through my divorce, I had to sell it. And then my sons actually helped me get it back. So it's actually 3rd generation car. It's going to be soon.
That's awesome. Does it run?
Yeah. Brake lines went out on the way here, so we trailer over
We
here.
were just discussing, we think you just do the mechanical on it and leave it alone.
See, I agree. Everybody's
I would
telling me,
restore it,
saying
yeah.
restore it. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, maybe make sure it's safe.
Right. She's safe, but we're gonna do all stainless lines on it. Just do a every day.
Do that. One family owned 70 Buick GSX. What do you guys think? Should you leave it alone, drive it as is, or restore it? What do you think it should be left alone? It should be mechanically serviced.
The other thing I think is 10 kids is too many. Just, no offense to your siblings, but that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, that's why I stopped at 3.
Right, you have to get a station wagon or a minivan.
They went to a 75 Buick estate wagon.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they bought to drive every single day. Both my folks are still alive.
Buick owners and Cadillac owners back in the day were pretty loyal.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing it.
Hey,
Very
Buick
cool.
owners do great meeting. How many Buick owners got church? What's this, Saturday Hall?
Yeah, Saturday Hall.
That's a flashy Buick owner.
It's a great color.
It's awesome.
It's really cool. That's awesome,
Thank you
sir.
very
Yep.
much. Appreciate you bringing it.
And that's why a lot of times when you or I shake down one of these cars and actually ever get bought, a lot of times there's so much sentimental value to the family. They're like, why would I sell it?
Yeah.
And a lot of times it doesn't come down to money.
It's nothing about the money.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for us because when you take a one-owner car and you watch and you pull in your trailer, you see the guy selling the car fine. But then you got a friend too, because when you buy somebody's car, you become a part of their family.
Well, I try to keep everybody updated on the cars that I buy, and they love it.
Yeah.
Where is it now? What did you do with it?
Yep.
When we finished it, here's the pictures.
Yep.
Now it's time for it to go to a museum or another collection. It's down the road. But yes, we did. We did quickly solve it.
Yeah.
And they generally tend to enjoy that. What I found lately, which is in the last, I'm going to say, I don't know that COVID has something to do with this, but I bought a lot of cars, one-owner cars for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
That I'm going to say kids, I'm not going to use the term millennial because some people don't like that, they didn't want them.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, how can a kid not want a Shelby Mustang, a 65 to 70?
Well, it's also hard when you have 3 or 4 or 5 kids, and a few of them like the cars, and a few of them don't like the cars, and then it just becomes like, well, we're going to sell the car, just divide it for money.
Just get split up.
But if you want to buy the car, you can buy it for what we're being offered.
Well, like this car, you would hope that one of his 3 sons wants that.
Yeah, you would think they would.
I would hope so. Tag's not there, but I would assume that's FM3 in it.
It says it's a pink car, so I'm guessing they're big cars. Probably
Oh,
took
it's
the tag
Mopar
off some of the
5150.
slopes.
Well,
Look
that'll
at
be,
the color under the tag.
I know who owns that.
Yeah.
I bet he's here.
Yeah, he's here. He bought a bunch of cars.
I believe that they got that one running.
Okay.
I believe this one probably drove in here. Again, to me, Shelbys and Porsches are the most common cars that were painted over and over and over. To see an original paint Shelby to me is it's unusual.
Yeah.
I mean, I was kind of looking in my notes and in my head, thinking back and forth, and talking to Alex, who's worked on my Shelbys for the last 5 years. We may be 1 out of 20 Shelbys that we buy have truly as original paint.
Mm-hmm. It might be lower than that.
Really? So you experience the same thing?
Well, you know, I hunt Shelbys all the time. So if I find a car, a Shelby, it's original paint, or hasn't had the engine change or blown up.
Right.
You know, it's the original interior, original carpet. You know how hard it is. I bought plain Jane Mustangs just to get a carpet on it, to get original carpet, because the carpet would fade right away.
Yeah, the blue with the reproduction stuff's just not quite right.
Right. But the carpet, black carpet in the Ford always fades. And guys, it bothered guys. They have a car like, oh, my carpet, you know, it's brown.
Right.
They'd rip it out and put a reproduction carpet.
But I love this car. Mopar's 5150 found this, and I probably would polish it. I might clear it, but I certainly wouldn't paint it. Right. And I know they mechanically serviced it. But Mopar's 5150, he's got some, hopefully we'll see one of his reps here today, you know, he's got some fabulous Mopars. Okay. But what a lot of people don't know is he's putting the Shelby collection together too. So the Brittany blue car that was a California car that we got out of Oregon, he bought that from me. So that's how guys like, I didn't know you bought Shelbys. He's like, well, I got just about all the Mopars, so I figured I'd put the 65 to 70 Shelbys together. And I'd really like that they're going to keep that car like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
4-speed car too. And again, as we discussed earlier, that was the most common color that got color changed.
Well, that was the brochure car in '67, lime gold. Why wouldn't you buy the car like the one on the brochure? Oh, it's 9.
This, I saw the story this morning on Instagram.
Okay.
This motor has not been with this car for 30 years.
Wow.
They just found this motor. So now the numbers matching motor was just married back to this Boss 9.
Unbelievable.
That motor has been away from this car, I believe, in the story I saw this morning, for 30 years.
We tried to put it in on Thursday, but we figured out that we didn't have both pieces of the motor.
Hey, Tony, how are you, sir?
Man, how are
I was
you?
just talking about you. It was all good.
There I am.
Anyways, we tried to get it in there on Thursday in the parking lot over here, but we didn't have both pieces of the motor mount.
Yeah, there's a frame
Tony could
bracket
tell
that
you.
bolts to the frame that the motor mount bolts to.
So I've been watching you guys on your 68, which I love what you did.
Yeah.
To me, it needs to be just like that.
Yeah.
And are y'all going to leave this Survivor and just make it run and drive, or what's your plan?
I don't know. I don't know about this one. It's in storage, it's sitting there, and then the motor thing happened, and that's a little more enticing to restore it, because now extra value. So I don't know. I don't know what we'll do with this one. Time will tell.
Fortunately, there's several absolute experts out there that will help you, and the parts are available.
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
Nope.
How much are Boss 9 shocks now? Are they $20,000 for a set?
I don't know. I mean, the hood scoop, the exhaust manifolds, the carb, the air cleaner, all that stuff is just expensive. Yeah.
But you got the car, you got the motor, so you're almost there. How about transmission? I've got one.
They're a little easier though, right? Because it was the same as like every 428 Cobra Jet. It wasn't just Boss
See the
9.
date on this car? I bet you Alex and I have one.
Okay.
I know we have at least 369 big spline date coded transmissions at the shop. So these are the guys I was talking about earlier from Mopar's 5150. This is Tony Cedillo.
How you doing? Colin.
Colin Comer.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Colin. Nice to meet you. Thanks for bringing all your cars, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You guys stepped up. How many did you bring?
10 total.
Yeah.
10.
So we've got the T5 convertible, the GT350, and then the Survivor Gold GTX over here. And we've got 271 Hemi Chargers and the Evolutioner Charger display.
So here's the new generation I'm very proud of. I believe I met you when you were in high school, is that right?
Yeah.
So and I started
I
buying
never went there.
But I started buying cars from him over the phone.
Okay.
He was really knowledgeable, and I mean, that's what I did in high school and junior high too, is buy and sell cars. And I don't think I ever asked you how old you were until probably the third or fourth car deal. And on the phone, he's like, well, my dad. I was thinking, this kid's probably a little bit younger, I think he is.
Yeah.
But you always did what you said, fired off the money, and thank you for that. And I'm kind of proud that we have somebody this young that is this switched on in the car.
We need
He
that.
does a good job. And you've learned a lot since I met you.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Yeah, and now our companies have had a lot of good deals together.
We do deals back and forth, and
Yeah.
we help each other when we can.
Absolutely.
If you need a hand, we'll help you, and he's helped us as well.
Yeah, much
So
appreciated.
how many did y'all bring total?
10 cars.
Y'all must be the winner in the barn find section.
We probably yeah. It was a big team effort. Everybody came together. I mean, 5 came from California. I brought 2 with my dad and our 2 friends, and then the 371 Hemi cars came from Canada. Bought them from a buddy and had them shipped down here. So the whole team had to come together to make it all work and load everything and drive everything.
Holistic amount of effort to find, buy, transport to have these here. So Aaron and Tony, and y'all got to agree on it.
Yeah.
What is your favorite car of your 10 cars that you brought?
Probably, I'm gonna say probably the B3 Blue 71 Hemi Charger.
Do you agree with that?
That is cool, but so
that was a no.
we went to Indiana to get this car. It was sitting in a storage unit for like 30 years. One owner car. Guy got it out of high school, and started in New York, California, and it's just a cool car. It's a runner. Numbers match and everything.
I love the totally period correct team.
Yeah.
So Aaron's favorite is the 69 Hemi Corvette.
That's the way we wanted when we were in high school. That
Yes.
wheel and tear combo, the gauges on the cowl vent.
We call that day one.
Yeah.
Just destroy the car the first day.
We had to milk a lot of cows and earn the money, so it was day 2 for us.
Okay. So most Jeeps get modified day 1 or day 2 as well.
Yeah, before they leave the dealership.
Tony, can you show us your favorite real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Walk
right.
over there. Yeah. You'd like to
So
be
Tony, I don't think you got the entire premise of my questions. Because it was supposed to be your favorite barn find car. and I think
I
we let the barn
apologize.
finders, but it's okay. We'll look at your
I'm
favorite
sorry.
cars.
I'm sorry. My favorite barn find is probably that Hemi Corvette as well.
Okay.
Although the pink car, that pink car, it's just a 383 Super B. It's nothing crazy, but it's the only pink low car in 1969. So it's probably at the top of our collection as far as cool and what we like the most.
Yeah, that color is crazy. This is a one-of-one right here.
As well, yeah. So there's the only 69 and the only 71
are both
pink
here.
B-body here. Yeah.
So again, the rarest of the rare. And All-American muscle is here.
I'm sorry, I brought you all the way over here to show you this, but this is my so we brought these 2 as well.
Okay.
These are 2 of the ones that came from Canada. So this car is actually painted B3 blue, which was not available in 71. It was special order at Wells.
Okay.
So this guy had a 69 Dart that was B3 blue, had a Hemi in it, and a drag race. So we special ordered this car in B3 blue to tow those Hemi Dart drag cars.
That is baller.
Yeah, and so this is a Hemi automatic. I mean, it's got like the Winchester gray blue interior.
A total vehicle for a drag.
Yes, yeah, and it's numbers matching. It's original sheet metal, copy of the broadcast sheet, like and then our buddy Jordan in Canada was the one who did the restoration. We bought it from him, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, this is wow.
Yeah. I'll open the check here because the color of the seats is.
It's like turquoise in like a 67 Corvette.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Winchester gray on the body of these 71s, but that's the color of the interior.
That's cool.
It's got the dictaphone that you can talk into the microphone.
Right.
Yeah.
Tough wheel.
Yep.
Neat car.
Yeah.
Do you have any pictures of him towing the race car?
We don't, unfortunately. Maybe some will surface. That's why bringing them to shows like this helps, because I got a Polaroid,
Yep.
Yeah. And then this is a Mr. Norm's 71 Hemi 4-speed Charger.
Okay.
Mr. Norm, they actually had all the paperwork. Somebody bought it all. So we've got the dealer jacket, the sales invoice, the window sticker, the broadcast sheet. Like, you get every piece of documentation with this car. Like, it's amazing. So this is the other one that we just bought as well, and it's gorgeous. It was restored about 20 years ago, but it still shows beautifully.
Well, they're done right, they'll last.
Yeah, exactly.
The restoration is done right, they'll last.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's finish up with the
Sorry,
barn
back to the barn find.
Oh, that's why it's rested down from the top.
So again, if it's rare enough, I think it should be saved. But we bought a pace car convertible out of North Carolina that was one of the festival cars.
Okay.
It took a forklift and 2 wreckers to get it out. And by the time we got it home, it did in fact break completely in half.
Yeah.
However, how do you not save a festival car? You just have to. So when I did my video, my vision for this car was, you know, I told everybody, so this car is crazy rough.
Right.
The firewall was still good, the cowl was still good. And I said, I don't want anybody to do anything underhand here. This
Yeah.
car is so rough.
Right.
He said, what I think should happen is it should be a resto mod.
Yeah.
So he got Roadster Shop to do the chassis.
Okay.
So now he's got a
They're gonna
resto
put a new
mod,
chassis.
but it's a
Right.
real festival pace car convertible, which
Yeah.
I just think is cool.
Yeah.
But that would be, wow, would that be
It's
tough?
it's the George Washington's axe favorite, you know?
I don't think I've ever seen a Hurst Olds with a subwoofer. W32 performance package, Y79 performance package, power windows.
Baby still on play.
I don't see it.
Yeah, see if they come by and see either.
So I'm sorry.
But I still think even just the story, just even having this car in a collection is neat.
Yeah.
Hearst promotional car. So it's got a Hearst sunroof in it probably. Oh here, magazine test car.
That is amazing. So the paperwork of the story of this car is unreal. Magazine test car, it was a promo car. And that's why it says,
And look how they stored it properly with the sheet of wood underneath it so it didn't get rusty. That is hanging. Don't want the frame to get rusty. Don't write the tree on the top.
I think that is so cool. I mean, to me, in a massive collection, that's museum worthy. Just the fact that the car still exists.
Well, there's that Bugatti they found bottom of the lake in Italy.
Yeah,
That's
amazing.
The Mullen Museum.
It's neat though. I get that too.
Yeah. A lot of six-pack Hemi cars here.
Crazy. I mean, it's 71.
Shaker.
So they were what, 71 Hemi Challengers in 71? And like 125 or 127 of these.
Yeah.
Crazy rare.
And again, how did it get this far? But
I absolutely,
This one's not bad.
I love e-bodies.
Yeah.
What I don't like about them is restoring them.
you know what I don't like about them? How the door sounds when you shut it.
Yes.
It's like a hardware store exploding.
They are rattling.
Yeah, they're
That's for
rattling.
sure.
If they would have had another 2 days to engineer that a little better, maybe. One owner.
We find a lot of Corvette modifieds. We do.
Now, Corvette's another car. They've always been worth money.
Always. They were never cheap.
They never got cheap. They got cheap enough.
Well, there's one thing. I have chased and chased and chased. I have never actually owned a real Corvette. And I have gotten close so many times. How many have you owned? I mean, is it 20?
50 something.
Wow. He's bought and sold 50 Cobras, and I can't even find one.
We can work things out.
Okay.
I just want one of those big jacked up Jeeps, so I'll give you a Cobra.
I'm in. You got that. And I'll take a rough one.
The rough ones are more expensive.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
The restored ones are all over. Plum Crazy, Ram Charger hood, 4-speed car, 6-pack.
I mean, this just checks all the right boxes.
Yeah.
Incredible. Love that hood.
I love this. I love the period modifications. Look at the flares on the back of that thing. This is the coolest guy in whatever town he lived in.
Console gauges, 4-speed. This is what they looked like when I was in high school.
Yeah. This was the John Milner of his town.
Yes, yes. Tunnel Ram 2.4s, that was a high school thing. If you could afford it.
Yeah, they ran great, didn't they?
That's awesome.
61 Impala convertible. Look how this car was found. Same deal.
They're still coming out of the, I mean, that's what I spend a lot of my time doing at U2, but they're still just coming out of the woods.
Right. Hemi 4-speed. In the garage with the roof fell in.
See, I love the way this car looks.
Yeah.
I drive just like that. Now here we go.
This is our jam right here. Can you imagine going to a rummage sale at that house?
That'd be awesome.
Speaking your language.
Offers considered. Yes, sir.
My name's Harold.
Hi, Harold. How are you?
Been watching your show for a while. Can I get a picture of you?
Of course. Thanks for watching. All right, Harold. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, we're following you, sir.
Yellow 446 4-speed car.
Not
The fellow
bad.
with the GSX would like a picture with you. If you can believe that.
Okay.
When I used to stay down.
We'll get done today. I'll give him a call, see if we can get a boss. You must be a pretty good detailer. Some of these cars takes as much as 6 hours to certify.
Yeah.
So
And these guys start on Thursday. Our team that certifies them starts Thursday. You'll see it. It's crazy.
these are guys, I'm not gonna say they know too much, but
Yeah.
you don't want to go against them. It's gotta be up in there,
They
wheels
put it up
gotta
in the
come
air.
off.
They look at every part, every finish, paint gauge, everything.
Wow.
It's really intense, and we're limited as to how many we can do because of how long it takes.
Sure.
And it's a 2-day show, so you'll see the best of the best. And more barn finds down here. We outgrew our area.
You did outgrow your area. I think this is gonna be one of the biggest markets in the future.
Yeah.
Are the barn find stuff.
Well, I think the biggest market's gonna be what we're gonna see next.
I will have to say that these barn finds are a little bit barn findy-ish more than I thought they were going to be. And I like rough stuff. That's
426 4-speed 4-door.
So there was one of these that ran around in my town in high school. A moonshine runner, right?
Yeah. I love this vet coupe on the end of this Elkhart blue. Isn't that car pretty?
So I've got an Elkhart Blue 67 Roadster. Oddly enough, a teal stinger,
Yeah.
teal interior, and bring it back.
Okay. I'm a coupe guy.
I love coupes too, I agree. I've always liked the coupes over the Roadsters.
Yeah. But I'm not
Actually,
buying anything today.
Well, I mean,
I
whether
promised
it's
my family I'm not buying anything at this show.
you're not.
I'm not.
You might.
It's Saturday morning. But I
But
haven't
anyway,
bought anything yet.
that is crazy rare to have a teal stinger.
Is that cool? And the interior color too.
Because on the 67s, the stingers were standard were either white or black.
Yes.
So for this car to have that,
Is that a Copo option or is that?
and also this is a dark blue interior car, not a teal.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have been teal.
Great color combo.
This is the kind of stuff you have to get to that level at NCRS. He's got a tank sticker and a window sticker, and they're not reproduction.
Duntop winner too.
What a great car.
Yeah, like I said, you walk around, he's wearing the good cars, but they're everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate all of them. I appreciate the perfect stuff and the rough stuff.
You know, most shows you go to though, you go there and you say, oh, there are 10 cars there that were cool.
Right.
Here you come, well, there were 500 some cars that were cool.
I actually haven't seen anything here that I didn't think was cool.
Yeah.
So for you guys to accept 500 cars, you must have to look at thousands. Wow, that is so time consuming.
Yeah. This green carpet area back here,
Okay.
teal, whatever it is. So unrestored, original paint, like that's original, that's original, that's original, you know, but as a comparison to the barn finds, these are the cars that somebody covered with the blankets and the
think
diapers and all
the
that.
hardest thing is, even with all really short mile stuff, is to find an original paint car that is truly original paint.
Yeah.
Because as you and I both know, a lot of them got damaged in transit. A lot of them got touched up at the factory, period. It's just a fact. A lot of them got touched up at the dealership. I've looked at one owner
And they
cars.
never told anybody that.
Correct.
Because now you have to sell a new car that had paint work.
Right.
You tell the customer it's had paint work.
Back in the day, I mean, I've walked up in a lot of stud cars, I'm sure you have as well,
Yeah.
that the people thought were original paint cars. I'm like, well,
Back in the day, the car could come off the truck upside down on fire. The dealership fixed it.
Yeah, they fixed
the factory
it.
paid them. They sold it. And the original owner was none the wiser.
so these cars are certified to be original paint cars,
Yeah.
which is one of the toughest things to find.
Look at them judging this GTO up here. So you'll see a whole team under the car.
Body sidewall is unusual in that car.
Yeah. Excuse me one second.
they have some of the top experts in everything American muscle car here. If you were in advance, if you're lucky enough to get your car certified, to get a car certified as an unrestored survivor, which means it has to be pretty much untouched. It's got to be original paint. It takes as long as 6 hours for the judges to look at it. So you need to be confident that it is what it is. If it's not, you'll find out. That's when you walk up to this car, you see the lacquer back, you want to see that.
Right.
Because it's much nicer than that.
Right.
Look at that, Cal Plenum car.
Yep.
Little smoky unit cheater deal.
Yeah.
It had a yellow one with the back. That's one of the rarest options right there, guys. This is what I'm talking about earlier.
We get the decal, the valve cover, paperwork, protective plate, window sticker. That's the kind of stuff that gets me good.
So if you walk up and look at this air cleaner setup, what they've done is they're forcing the air through where the vents are for the heat and defrost, and forcing it into the carburetor. Really cool. It's very rare. This is a 13,000 mile car. I don't believe so. I think you're looking at this the 69s like this, I would say is easy.
Right.
It's almost commonplace. But to find a 67 like this, that's a whole
There's a lot
different
of
ballgame.
69s compared to 7
There are.
But try to find a 7 original paint, the paperwork.
Really difficult.
Because we like Shelby's because Shelby Registry.
Sure.
It's all documented. You get the paperwork, you know where the car's been. Camaros, Corvettes, Firebirds.
Unless they were Canadian.
Unless they're
If
Canadian.
they're Canadian, you get the paperwork.
Right.
But if it's a U.S. only car, there is no paperwork.
Right. And
Now,
out of the
Buick has some.
right.
Slow Museum's got a little
Yes,
bit.
yes.
Cadillac's different.
But
Now, when you go to other General Motors,
GTOs, they want VHS.
Right.
But you don't have the registry that tracks the cars. Like you pick a 65 GT350.
that's tracked
And the registry sold to this guy, new, sold to this guy, sold this guy, sold this guy, burned up, crashed, flooded, whatever, then you know.
Yeah, the Shelby community is strong.
Yeah, but a Corvette, how many 435 cars are there that were 435 cars?
That's what, I think for a while the guys are figuring it out, because if you looked at the NCRS shipping report, it showed the weight on there. Now it doesn't show the weight.
Right, right.
Did you know that?
Yeah, no.
So if you get a new one, it didn't have to have the weight anymore.
Right.
So back in the day when we first started getting them, you could look at it, it's like, well, that wasn't a big block car, it didn't weigh enough.
And prior to 9/11, you would run an NCIB report and get the original shipper copy.
Right.
The National Insurance Crime Bureau, and then they lock that down. It has to be part of an active investigation.
Like I
So
said.
basically, if I was buying a Corvette from you, I would shoot you, have the police run an NICB report for me.
But what we're saying is
Just in like the foot or
it's
something.
much easier to tell if a Shelby's real because you can get the history. Is where we're going with this.
And which is why GM cars like this, the paperwork is critical.
Agreed.
To have protective plate, window sticker. Now there's a lot of fake paperwork out there. There's a lot of fake tags.
Which is why you go to somebody like Jerry McNeish that knows fake paperwork. He knows fake tags and he knows what a real Z is. So the problem is you can't just run away from buying a 67 or 69 Z because there's no paperwork. But you need to do your due diligence for sure.
Owner history. You can talk to
Yeah, that's
people.
huge.
You can call somebody. Run a registration report.
But
find out where the car was.
that documentation adds, what, 30% value to this car?
More than that.
More than that.
Got to be 50% of it.
Yeah.
13,000 mile car too. But like I said, all these cars here, any one of them could be the star of a collection. Original paint, original interior, original tires, all that stuff.
Let's keep rolling through it.
Here we got
Unbelievable.
lined them up. Yeah, the weird stuff is what I like. I like seeing the weird stuff.
Let's go look at
come
some weird
out.
stuff.
Hey, how's it going? This is here. Look at that dash.
So, College City likes weird stuff too. So do I. So it's a post for one.
Yeah, Pioneer. Dodge Pioneer, I think. Yeah.
That's got to be
Green
the
on
nicest one of
green.
these on the planet.
Check out the hood. It's got a lawn ram.
So a 61 Pioneer, not a Polaro, Pioneer.
Lowest cost car. That's neat though.
Yes, it is.
Lawn ram.
So that's a long ram versus a short ram on a cross ram. So the long ram, this is as far as the carburetors can go across. So cool.
Better
You
for lower RPM. The short ram is better for higher RPM.
correct me if I'm wrong, you generally only see that on like a 300F.
Exactly.
On a high end.
300 Gs, yeah.
To see this on the, I mean, this is the bottom line of the car, right?
Right. It's a cool car.
I haven't seen a Pioneer forever. Certainly never seen one
I
that.
don't think we'll ever see another one.
So what we were just talking about, it's rare to see a long ram unless it's a, I should have said letter series car, which is generally an F, but this is a G.
Yep. Air conditioned.
Rear bucket seats.
Yep. And the front swivel buckets are cool. You open the door, the seat swings out.
So in the late 80s, this is what the Mopar guys wanted. These were actually worth more, believe it or not, than the 70 Hemi Cougar, remember? They were chasing the F cars and the G cars. Well, I have to be careful what I say, but obviously the E-body cars are much more desirable now and probably always will be.
Yep.
I think the crowd that really appreciates these cars maybe have aged out.
You talk about an expensive car to restore.
Ballistic.
Yeah. So a car, I mean, a really nice G coupe is south of 100 grand.
I don't think anybody would touch that. I think
It costs you
it's
200
more
to
than that.
restore it.
I think a 300F convertible with a long ram and some cool options on it that any qualified restoration shop, it's a quarter of a million for that.
Yeah, for sure. Convertible especially.
So it's also kind of hurt this market. They're just too expensive and difficult time consuming to restore.
You look at the dash and the see-through steering wheel. You know, this dash cluster that's electroluminescent lights in there, it's fluorescent lights. There's a transformer, all that stuff in there. I mean,
Crazy difficult to
this
restore.
stuff goes wrong, and it's
Beautiful car. But these cars were expensive when they were new.
yeah.
What is a good 67 L88 now?
A 67 L88,
Yeah.
$2, $3, $4 million.
Yeah, so you're talking in the millions of dollars. And you can get a fantastic 435 horsepower for what, 200 grand?
Or a 390.
I don't mind the 390 cars. As a matter of fact, you know, it's single four barrel, it's easier to tune.
They drive nice, they're torquey, you know, hydraulic cam, never setting lifters.
I love side exhaust on Corvettes. So the 63 split window coupe market, I've had a lot of people ask me about that. They're like, why are they so expensive? I was like, they've always been expensive.
Right.
Y'all, people just, there hasn't been as much medium. And a lot of guys, well, every one of them brings over 100 grand. 15 years ago, a good one was 100 grand. They're like, no, they weren't. I said, yeah, they were.
And then in the last 24 months, we've seen them sell for 300 grand.
For a correct, perfect car.
Like an Air Force speed car.
But a lot of the guys are paying 100 grand just to get the car and turn it the rest of them.
Yeah.
This is one year only body, that's what they want.
But you can buy a new chassis and you can buy a new body, so why don't you just do that?
Well, I think by the time you gather up all the nuts and bolts, everything, it's just brutal. But some people are doing that.
Well, a good restoration shop, a good shop will build you a car at $125, $150 an hour for labor.
Right.
Take you 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 hours to build one. You're not doing it the same money.
Agreed. But to me, I mean, it's got to be the most iconic design for the Corvette, the 63 split.
And again, not to sound like a broken record, but Ferrari 275 GTB, split window Corvette. You put them side by side. Let's say they made 100 of each.
Right.
Where's the value?
I gotta throw the E-Type coupe in there too.
Absolutely.
And probably 911 coupe, not a sunroof, not a Target.
Right.
Straight coupe.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
So, story behind it, I don't know if you read that. My friend and I did his car about 7 years ago.
Okay.
He passed in March and he left me the car. So
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but I'm happy for your gain.
yeah, it's
You
good.
must have been a good friend.
Yeah, we were. We built what we wanted. It's not a factory 455 car, but it is the original 400. It's the original.
Okay. I love the color combo.
I know that's what I think everyone loves the most about it. Is the color combo.
That's some wide wheels on it.
Pretty good with colors, but I'm pretty sure I didn't know that color.
Yeah.
Palisade green.
It was not a popular color at all.
That's great.
Thanks for being a continued caretaker there. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Thanks for bringing it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thanks for bringing it.
Yep.
So either I've missed it or there's not very many here. Where are the Trans Ams?
Oh, they're around here somewhere.
Somewhere.
There's a Firehawk. That's our generation.
That's a great car. A lot of people don't know what the Firehawk is.
Right. What do they call that box ram intake or something? That brains that Swiss cheese.
So I know the serial number 1 car is in Dallas Fort Worth.
The this is that great time in the 80s when you go buy a race car from the showroom.
Right.
You know, we were born at a time where there were great cars, and then we became old enough to drive, and there weren't any great cars, and all of a sudden, like, hey, we'll make great cars again. I'm like, yeah.
I think back in the day, which I just couldn't possibly swing, but I was always enamored with the Callaway cars.
Yep.
I mean, he was just killing it back in the day.
Yeah.
Sure you don't want a T-bucket, Dennis.
Yeah, in his first production car, Alfa Romeo, twin turbo Alfa GTV6 was Callaway's. He was doing turbo kits for Volkswagens. Alfa Romeo US came and said, we can't sell these GTV6s, they're not fast enough, performance image. Twin turboed them, made like 32 cars, and then GM caught wind of it and decided he was the right guy to twin turbo the C4.
I think they just recently sold one of those cars on Ring-a-Trailer, didn't they?
I think there was a red one sold
Yeah.
on Ring-a-Trailer, yeah.
I did see that. 442 W30 convertible. Mid-seat column shift. So I bought a one-owner Superbird with 0 options and mid-seat column shift. I asked the guy, I said, sir, why did you order it like that? Because that was the lightest weight combination. I'm like, okay. Makes sense? Hey, how are you?
Yeah, Dennis has got some pretty cool stuff hanging out of the shop. Gets a lot of good attention.
Well, we got the 572 up there, counts this car gets serviced. And then we may have a 632 there with a special serial number.
Oh, very, very
There
good.
might even be some brand new Corvettes up there.
Yeah.
How cool would that be to go to Copo and pick up a Corvette?
Standing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the thing is, I really encourage people to come by now because with the program winding down by January, it's one of the last chances you see to see the Copos all being assembled, you know, in that, you know, fairly finely tuned process.
Yeah,
So,
it's neat. If you've never been there, you should go.
Yeah.
All right, question to you. What do you think about Mcacn overall?
Mcacn's fantastic.
Amazing, isn't it?
I brought Tom Peters with me, who is one of the designers. Hey, Tom. He was General Motors Design and headed up all the design studios. Was in charge of the Corvette design for many years. We worked with him exclusively on the Cobra program. But he and I drove down today. Tom, come on by. Oh yeah. Tom Peters.
How are you, sir?
Collins.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You too, sir.
Great, it's good to see you.
We were out
We
the
have
front here.
Singeing on the camera.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
we were
Yes,
just
sir.
talking about Copo winding down.
Yeah.
And what a great run that was. Every year a very unique Copo was done.
camera.
Yeah. Somewhere out there somebody's got a camera.
Yeah.
But what was fun is working with Tom all these years and his team. And every year we had another fresh graphics package, and the cars always went through a level of continuous improvement. But it was exciting every year to see something new and fresh coming up.
You guys sure built some neat ones for me. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They're
He may own or have owned more Copas than anybody.
Oh, really?
So yeah, Dennis
Pretty
was,
confident I am.
Dennis was
Where are you from?
Dallas, Texas.
Oh, Dallas. Okay.
Dennis was very instrumental in helping us get the program kicked off, because you remember 2012, I mean, a lot of people know what a Copa was, but the Copa that we were building got a lot of media coverage thanks to these guys.
And then we pushed the CRC chassis
and the
program
CRCs,
really hard.
Yeah, CRCs
I think I bought, 15 of those?
Yep.
About 15 of the CRC chassis, and I probably had, I don't know, another 15 or 20 Copos.
You know, when we first did the car in the studio, we had they're called 20-foot boards. We did tape lines, big, large, full-size side views, and we had 2 of those boards filled with all these different categories of what we could do with Camaro. And one of them was Copo, and what that might look like, and we pushed that one hard. So
Just imagine what a Copo, I mean, seeing the 69 Copos here, seeing these current day Copos 20 years from now.
direct influence and inspiration.
It's going to be neat.
You know, and we've seen the Gen 5 car be replaced by the Gen 6 car, and now already you're getting a nostalgic feeling for the Gen 5 car that quickly. So, you know, it's been a blast. Now, my very
Tom,
first Copa was a 396 Force.
What's your favorite car?
Period?
Period. Well, no, we'll go with Chevrolet. How's that?
Oh, Chevrolet. No, I think it's got to be a Camaro because I have a '69, which we built. It's kind of like a Copo replica. Yeah, ZL. It's got a ZL1 in it, 6-speed. It's kind of a retro mod, but it's probably my favorite. It's got to be
there is a blue ZL1 Copo here.
Okay. I think you have some Camaros right down the road here. You know, there's several of them. Yeah, but that as a kid, that's one that's stuck out in my mind. Of course, '63 Stingray. You know, those two cars what did it for me.
Agree with
What's your
that.
favorite car?
U.S. car.
Let's start with you.
American Muscle. I didn't think you were going to put me on the spot like I put him on the spot.
I flipped it back on you, buddy.
You did. I'm probably going to have to go with 63 split window.
Yeah,
really?
it's
number
tough.
one.
It's like quintessential
Without a
American
doubt.
design, probably pinnacle.
As far as Chevrolet to drive, probably going to go with an LS6 Chevelle 70.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, I just love driving my Camaro. It's sit low. It's got that Dick Goldstrand where you take the upper arms, go in and down, so it's got a little camber. So for what it is, it handles spectacular. It has
like a
suspension.
It's almost like a cranberry red too, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like
darker.
Well, it's a modification of that garnet red, just a modern technology. I built it with California street rods years ago.
And then as far as the
it's good.
Camaros, I'm going to have to go with here. I don't think you would guess this, but I'm going to go with a 72 Z28 because of the strike here. How rare they are, such low numbers, and they drive fantastic.
I've had
and the
a number,
LT1 was a great motor.
Yeah, I've had a number of 69s and 70s. I had a 72 that had 9,000 miles. I sold it to pay for my wedding, and then at the wedding, my father-in-law came up and said, "Hey, can I help you out?" And I said, "Boy, I like that Camaro back." But yeah, I've had some nice ones.
So for those of you out there watching, because that looks like a super stock car,
Yep.
might be a Trans Am car, but
Yes.
we've had a lot of questions. What happened to the Jimmy Walker car? We might have an update on that soon.
So Jimmy Walker car, this has been a great story. Dennis and I have been friends for a number of years, and he knew I was a AMC nut. I had the number 2 car, but I always desired to have one of the most original cars. And Dennis found this car, and we came to an agreement. And he really didn't want to let it go, but he knew I was going to keep it pure, and we were going to do something in the future. So lo and behold, I got the car, I reassembled the engine, kept it all original, and the car's been done for a little over a year. We were going to bring it to a reunion and do
Right, we were
program.
waiting on that to do an update.
Too risky to take it to the drag strip, but that would be fun. But the car is the most documented, most original AMX in the registry, super stock. And I got a call from George Lyons, another one of our friends, and there was a collector up in Canada that called me and said, "I don't know what it's going to take, but I got to have this car." As well, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's enough. That's just a teaser.
Yeah, I'm not selling it.
You'll see it in a couple of weeks.
I said, I'm not selling it.
So I guess I would say that both the Holy Grail Broncos are actually here.
I would agree.
You got serial number 1 and the Boss Bronco. No two better Broncos in the world. How cool is that? I want to see the tag he's talking about for pre-production.
Let's go.
So this came through High Performance Motors, which was Carroll Shelby, right?
Carroll Shelby and Lee Spencer, yeah.
Yep.
Performance Motors. That was Shelby's way of skirting the franchise laws. Because he couldn't sell new cars. So
Right.
if you ever look through the Shelby registry, 65, 67, you see a lot of cars that were demonstrators, PR cars. He was marketing as that, so he could sell them as a used car, ship them outside of the airport to his own dealership, and sold them as a demo.
There's quite a few Tigers came through there.
Yeah, because Lee Spencer was a Tiger guy.
All right, we want to see the numbers.
All right, we'll check out the numbers. And I think Mr. Collins, you said of all the cars you've seen, all the prototype cars you've seen asterisks, you've seen dollar signs, maybe not dollar signs, but pound signs, but you've never seen all zeros. And this
No,
one,
it's usually at least has 1.
all zeros. And I found the second prototype, the first 1978 prototype, and it had all zeros in the bin.
Wow.
No, it isn't as nice as this. It was, I got offered to buy it, and it was not really restorable, but it was cool. And it found also in a barn. Let's go check out
You should have
that.
bought it anyways.
I should have.
I would have. It's got to be dead or alive, Seth. It's cool, buy it. Look at that. There's not even a 1 on there, Colin.
Not even a 1.
So what's the date code?
The date code was August of 65, I believe. I believe it was August of 65. And, you know, they found out we're working on getting this into the Henry Ford, right?
Okay.
And so we're putting together a coffee table book, and Colin's going to help me self-publish a coffee table book on the Bronco. Todd's helping us put this together. We've got, I'll call them the Bronco nerds very affectionately. The Bronco nerds of the world
That's
came
what we
together.
call you.
Oh, I know. Yeah, who's the bigger nerd of Broncos? I don't know as much as you do, Colin.
So when did they switch from the door warranty tag on the door to the glove box?
Well, it was never in the door. This is the only one that we know
I was
of.
just gonna say I've never
This
seen
is
the
the only
door,
one
so
that we
that's
know
why.
of. Yeah,
I was just making sure I didn't step on myself because I don't know as much about Broncos as you do. But
It's
there you go.
we've never seen one there, right? It's always been in the normal spot. Now in the 78 Bronco, it was in their normal location where they had that VIN tag, but it was all
Right.
So why in the world did they put them in the glove box door? Has anybody ever been told why they did that?
great.
Seems
question.
ridiculous, doesn't it?
That's crazy.
Yeah. All you gotta do is unbolt the glove box door and put it on a different Bronco.
Well, the other problem is you take it to the inspection station,
They don't believe
and
you.
99% of those guys don't know where the VIN number is.
And it's removable, so they go, you can't remove this.
Right.
It has to be permanently affixed to the car.
Yeah, I mean, we've shown that on Coffee Walk a number of times because that's always the first thing I look at. But this is the only Bronco, and being serial number 0, and it has a door warranty tag. That's cool.
You know, my favorite part about the glove box, though, right, Dennis, is when you find a barn find and you open up the glove box just to see what's inside, you never know what you're going to find. It's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
You know, we found snake bite kits, we found no-dos, we found all kinds of things in the glove box. And, you know, the best part was one of them that we brought out, a Grabber Blue, brought it out of the barn at Quonset Hut in Colorado, and we had the husband and wife, Sam, I can't remember her name, and they're arguing over what was in the glove box. And there's, you know, no-dos in there, and she said, well, Sam, don't you remember that time you're falling asleep driving a Bronco cross country and just having an argument over what's in the glove box? You never know what you're going to find,
Right.
and it's good stuff.
Seth, thanks for showing it.
You're welcome.
We'll see you at Bear Taxi.
Absolutely.
All right, have a
All right,
good
we'll
day.
see you guys.
As always, please
Like, tag, share, and follow. And most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next week.